Hi there, I'm excited to share with you what websites I've been researching and what I've learned, kind of figuring them out for myself. So here it goes. The first website that I kind of researched into was Brain Pop. It's a website where you go in and there's different categories underneath each subject of teaching, so science, math, English, all of the above. And you go in and you click on one and they have like subcategories and lots of them. So you can just go in and click and use those lessons, and there's life cycles, types of species, the things that elementary students really love to learn. And then the second one that I really liked was called CK12. It really caught my attention because it has simulators, and simulators are interesting to me because you can have students use them to know what the real experience feels like of simulators. And so that's really important to me. I like knowing that my students understand the concept of what scenarios they're going to be dealing with in the future and stuff. So that's important. And then the third one is Quid. I think that's how you say it. I really enjoyed making my own lessons on there. They're not very long because it takes a lot of time to put all that information in. But I really liked the fact that I didn't have to change my lesson plan at all to fit Quid. Quid caters to my lesson plan, so that's really good. So expenses for these, Brain Pop's about $220 a month. Or no, $220 a year, excuse me, and so that's about $20 a month, and so it can really add up unless you're using it really consistently and it's worth your time. I personally would start it out and see if I would use it, which I probably would use it a lot, so I think for me it would be worth it, but you kind of have to take your scenario and figure out what you can afford. CK12 is actually free, or like you donate to it, so that's really good for that website. And then Quid is $99 a year, so it's a lot cheaper than the other one, but it also has, pros and cons to it as well. I think Quid is something I may use as a teacher if I'm really struggling to connect with certain students on certain subjects, just because sometimes it's harder than other times. I really enjoyed using it. It just depends on my budget at the time and what I think I can handle. So then I searched the OER repositories, and I was actually able to find resources that were useful for my classroom. So the OER, I felt like they had a lot of information and helpful tools for elementary aged kids. So like things you're going to be teaching on anyway, they kind of have an idea. So like place value, there's word problems, there are like mini lessons to transition your students from one subject to another, and like tons of different things that you can go to for resources, which is huge because as teachers, after a while, you're gonna run out of things. So I thought it was super helpful, and I think I will use it in my future classroom. That is my reflection on Module 5 and all of the web searching that I've been doing, but I have learned a lot, and I will keep these websites in my notes as a future teacher so that I can refer back to them. So thank you for listening.